Josh Isenberg here, at Josh Isenberg4 on Twitter. Follow me for all of my wrestling discussion Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and pretty much every day of the week. But now, time out, stop it, check your watch. It is now time for NXT in 90. NXT this week did not feature Bobby Roode, Roderick Strong, Austin Aries obviously, Shinsuke Nakamura, the perfect 10 Ty Dillinger, but it did feature the depth that they unfortunately, I'll get to in a second, have in NXT's tag team division. You saw DIY call out the Authors of Pain and wanting a rematch, but you also saw DIY getting attacked by the Revival. Fast forward to the very beginning with Authors of Pain squashing a tag team, and I can't even remember their names. But look at this, 3 tag teams, 3 credible tag teams, and they are going to have to put all 3 of them in a championship match heading into NXT in Orlando. But I do still believe that the Revival, they've done everything and won everything in NXT that they can, should be at WrestleMania against American Alpha, but I realize that pause button's on so you can resurrect the Usos in that heel gimmick that was brought to us 6 months ago. But I gotta be honest with you, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce impressing me. They're getting better, but they're not even close to Asuka's level. A break off for the NXT Women's Champion. You had a tag team match between Billie Kay and Peyton Royce against Liv Morgan and Ember Moon, where the heels picked up the victory. You see those 4 girls? Here's my rankings and level of importance. Ember Moon, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, Liv Morgan. Flip that around and you might see how the attraction level these women bring to NXT. But it was the main event, the WWE UK Championship, with Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. Yes. Thank you, WWE. Thank you, NXT. The UK Championship is like the United States Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, the Television Championship, the Hardcore Championship, the Cruiserweight Championship, but it's at the perfect spot, the perfect fans. Everybody is going to love it in NXT, and when they shine at NXT TakeOver in Orlando, you're going to know that the UK tournament is going to be Bruiserweight.
That's right, WZTV here at Point Park University in downtown Pittsburgh. It is Chair Shot Reality. Rennell Hunt joining me, Justin LeBar. There's always so much for you to consume if you're a wrestling fan. We, of course, have CSR all weekend long. WrestleZone, the place for your wrestling news. I have my audio podcast that's now returned every single Wednesday. You can go to iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play Music. All you have to do is search Wrestling Reality. We have WrestleMania coming up. I am currently finalizing our plans right now of where we're going to be WrestleMania weekend. We always do a pre-show. We've had Vince Russo. We've had Matt Stryker. Last year's Matt Hardy. It's always a fun, great time those few hours before you head into the stadium. Who's it going to be this year? Where's it going to be? You'll have to tune in soon. We'll tell you all about it. Rev, what is going on, man?
Listen, man, it's another phenomenal day coming off of, I think, one of the best pay-per-views that we have seen so far. But there are some things that could be tweaked I think we will be talking about soon. But in general, the Rev is satisfied. A couple things didn't go his way in the draft pick, but I'm satisfied.
Well, let's talk right now about who do we fix.
Yeah.
And we came up in production meeting. We came up with a list of guys: Apollo Crews, Dolph Ziggler, Bo Dallas, Mojo Rawley, Kalisto, Rusev. All guys you could make a case that could need some tinkering with to get them back on track creatively. Rev, who are you picking? Who are you fixing, and how are you fixing them?
I'm going to pick Apollo Crews, or people want to say Apollo Creed, whatever you want to call him. I'm going to pick him. LeBar, this is the same thing I'm going to say. I've said this from the jump since he's come on. I've said this every single time that we talked about him on CSR. The thing is with this, I feel like Apollo Crews is a guy that can attack any competition that's in front of him. Have you ever seen a guy of his stature? He has a stature of Ezekiel Jackson, but the athleticism of, what Rey Mysterio, you want to do Paula? The guy is amazing. Not many times does this happen, especially when we're looking at now a superhero-like mentality and what we would like to be known as in the professional wrestling business. Yeah. The fact is with this, with him having such great talent that's upon him, he needs to be booked in a very particular way. I'm still looking for Apollo Crews to have a singles match, a good, not only a singles match, but a good single storyline. We see some great things happening, but we can focus a little bit.
I mean, match isn't really the issue. If you watched Apollo Crews when he was Wuhan Nation on the indie scene, I mean, the guy's athletic. He can do everything in the ring. But it really comes down to nobody cares. And that was the problem here with the Dolph Ziggler versus Apollo Crews versus Kalisto 2-on-1 match, is that there hasn't been a lot of reason to care about Crews or Kalisto, so therefore you're not really making a big deal about Ziggler bullying them. I think Apollo Crews, I think he's a similar situation almost to Neville, whereas both very good in the ring, and Neville, for a time, there's a babyface, very good in the ring, reliable, but other than the thing he did with Stephen Amell and Cody Rhodes, there really wasn't much else given to him. Neville has an injury, unfortunately, but that time away allowed people to miss him, forget about him, and then they reset, came back, heel turn out of nowhere. Now Neville's doing some of the best stuff over in the Cruiserweight division. I think Apollo Crews almost needs some kind of reset. Maybe even and I don't think of it as a demotion, but maybe even back to NXT. And I say back to NXT, but look, NXT is basically a third brand. So maybe
it worked for Bray Wyatt.
Maybe a little NXT action for him, and then he comes back over to SmackDown and he's as a heel. Oftentimes that reset as a heel then can help.
Yeah.
Help put things back online. Right now, as a babyface, nobody's really caring.
My thing is with this. When you look at it, we see Apollo Crews. He comes in. Oh yeah, I'm fired up and everything. Very few people does it work till you have that green light character that comes out and they're fired up. I look at it like this, LeBar. You don't want a wrestler that appears to be green, he's excited. You don't want a wrestler that comes in the ring and like jobbing, he's yellow. What fans are looking for is not just a green and yellow wrestler. They're looking for a guy that's smooth like water and his blood is running red like fire. That's what we need. We need that in this life. If he can change it just like I changed that green and yellow to red and blue, if you can switch it, NXT can switch it, someone can switch it, I feel like we have gold in it. That's how it's going to get fixed. I don't know who you want to fix, but that's who the Rev's going to fix. And when it happens, best believe it's going to be magical. Trust me.
All right, well, so on the other list of things here, people, so if I got to choose somebody, Rusev, I think Rusev's fine. Kalisto, I think you can get Kalisto back on in a minute. Mojo Rawley, you can just let Mojo Rawley be the Rob Gronkowski at WWE. I'm going to go with Bo Dallas. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to admit something. I'm going to open up
you're
right
not
now.
believing in Bo right now.
I'm just not believing in Bo. Look, for a long time, Bo Dallas, they've stopped and started with him, and people kept saying the same thing that annoyed me. Just let him go be with his brother. Let him go be part of the wife. And I'd always get so mad at that. I'm like, look, not everybody knows. Not some of the fans out there aren't as smart as you. They don't know that Bo Dallas is an actual member of, is an actual real-life brother of Bray Wyatt. But at this point, I see no harm, no foul, because Luke Harper's not in the Wyatt family anymore, because Randy Orton probably soon not to be anymore. Why not? Let Bo grow the beard out. People will, that vocal crowd that does know about it will pop.
I've still been looking for Sister Abigail, but since I haven't seen her yet, another Bo.
Wait, look at this way. Wait, you do all the visual illustration here. Hang on. So imagine this tie as you see it.
Okay.
Imagine this tie, the David Allen tie, the proper tie. Imagine this tie represents Bo Dallas. Right now, Bo is kind of concealed. He's kind of covered up. We don't know what he is. He's carrying around the Bo leaving Bo.
Yes.
I say screw it. Let's just go ahead. Let's take off the concealer. Let's let Bo just be himself. Let him be one whole self. He doesn't need a knot to disguise him. Let Bo Dallas be free.
You know what? I would honestly say this. Let me try to see if I can one-up the David Allen baby blue proper knot and say this. People look, just like you said, for Bo to come in. Watch. Emergency use only. Can you pull
Bo Dallas out of that box?
You got to see it. Emergency use only. Here's the thing. You look for Bo to come out of here. Watch this, LeBar.
I'm watching.
Boom. You put him in your hand just like this. But watch. He's nowhere to be found. That's what you need to do. You need to have something that's going to shock them, that they have that holy factor. And I feel like that can do it, much like what you just did with that David Allen proper knot that you can buy.
I think that's going to do it. And for our final trick, because coming up next, Isenberg and I are going to main event, close it out, talking about Jericho and KO splitting up. We're also going to talk about, well, quite frankly, we got to talk about the final point of Jericho and KO, Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe. Our final trick, I'm going to disappear, head over to CMI. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
This is the second week in a row, man. Come on now. Come on now.